other thing about cross, I personally don't like to be the heavy. I don't want to be aggressive inappropriately. Let's not forget, you're an attorney. They think you're trained to do this, and usually we aren't. We get it through experience. But you are a professional. You're a professional questioner. This is someone who's testified in court maybe once. So if you start to show your superiority, it's not going to help you. And the witness may actually get some sympathy from the other side or from the jury. You don't want to deal with that. So be respectful, in my opinion. Occasionally, if it's a witness who I think the jury doesn't like, or if I think the witness is obviously not being truthful, if I have the ability, I will, usually with a smaller podium, I may move up a little closer to the witness. And the jury sort of likes that. I've had that happen a few times, and you're moving in for the kill, you get to that last few solid questions, so you might move up on them. So for cross, again, ask the question a number of times if you can get away with it. I don't necessarily like to stay by the podium on cross. For direct, my experience is get to the very back, get behind the last juror. Practicality reasons, you want to make sure the jurors hear the witness. So if you can't hear the witness on direct, there are going to be jurors that don't hear. So the first thing I'll say, hello there, Mrs. Smith, or if you can use a first name, I have to make sure when you testify that I can hear you way back here, so the other jurors, all the jurors can hear you when you give your testimony. Can you please make sure to keep your voice up in that regard? And occasionally, if it's your witness and they're getting a little low, so I'll stand back there. I will not move up my own witness. I'll move around the courtroom, but I'll get back there, my little safety haven, to make sure that all the testimony is loud enough. At the end of cross, that's where I say my best question. I don't want to end on a sputter. I don't want to ask a question and the witness gives an answer and the best I can do is, oh yeah? You want to make sure you're rock solid. You want to make sure you've got something they can't get out of. When you ask that question, if they don't answer it the way they're supposed to, you know where to find the portion of the transcript where they have to admit that they answered differently. Anytime anybody ever says something during direct or during your cross that varies from the transcript significantly, a minor detail, not the end of the world. You don't want to look too picayune. But if they've said something that disagrees with their testimony or they've made a claim that disagrees with the evidence, you've got to be able to find that portion of the record or that portion of the testimony that puts them down, so to speak, that you can show they are not being accurate or even perhaps honest. You've got to have that in your hands. And that's why you don't have somebody summarize your depositions. That's why you read through every page of your medical records yourself.